Good afternoon. Today I've decided to do a product review on my new Old Town Predator angling kayak. I know a lot of people don't like to do reviews. I don't really think much about it. I'll just give you my opinion on this, and my opinion is based on 30 years of kayaking, probably 4 or 5 years of kayak fishing, and this is probably the 5th or 6th Old Town kayak that I've personally owned. Never mind a few canoes here and there. But in any case, I'll try to make it quick, but there are so many features on this thing that it's hard to do a 10-minute review, but we're going to get started. First of all, go straight to the seat. Hands down, the most comfortable seat I've ever been in my life in a kayak. They pop right down. For storage, you can sit in it like that if you're kayaking. For fishing, it pops up, snaps down. Absolutely beautiful seat. This is I think about 13 feet long. Yeah, this is the Predator 13. It's in the middle one. There's the Predator MX, Predator 13, and then there's the Predator Minn Kota, which incorporates an electric saltwater motor up in that end, which is a different type of fishing than what I do. But anyway, start at the back. We get a nice, really comfortable handle here for pushing it or pulling it, or if you want to push it out over the breakers if you're saltwater fishing. All kinds of storage back here. Plenty of room for a cooler, a little tackle box. These are my rocket launchers that I put on. They're all stainless steel. Makes it nice for holding your rods back there. I prefer to have my rod holders separate from my cooler or tackle box. A lot of guys like them all incorporated. Personal opinion, this is what I like. I bolted right to that 1-inch bar in the back. It's bomber. It'll never go anywhere. Working up the middle, first of all, it's got an incredible amount of space in here for standing up, leg room, plenty of room. In the middle is a storage space that you unhook. You unhook your cover for your compartment, and there's all kinds of storage down there. This is pre-rigged for different accessories. You mount your fish finder there. It also comes with a nice strap here that's hooked. This is if you want to go from a sitting position to a standing position. You can pull yourself up. It's very handy. I keep it tied down for transportation. It's comes pre-rigged for a transducer hole. You just stick it down through the hole, mount your transducer right under it. Slick, works great. Also, quickly, I think these are called scupples, I think. The sit-on-top kayaks obviously have drain holes in them, so the water will, continue to drain out. This is kind of unique in the sense that the water will drain down through, but it won't come up. So I'm not sure if that's unique to Old Town or all the major fishing kayaks are doing it, but that's a pretty nice feature. Moving on, there's some nice dry storage here. It also incorporates a battery bag. You put your 12-volt battery up there, run your wires out back here to your transducer, to your lighting system, whatever you need to run off a 12-volt battery. Pretty slick, and this is fastens. Comes with rod holders, rod protectors, so you can lay your rod down here, and that holds the tip, so your rods actually don't get all tangled up in the, whatever, other kayaks or brush or whatever. Moving down this side, I've incorporated my trolley anchor on the side, and I'm actually going to do a separate video on that, but essentially what this does is you can move your anchor from front to back, back to front, wherever you want it, by moving the trolley. And again, I'll do a separate video on that because I think it's a very key thing. Use a standard kayak anchor. And again, this just goes through that ring. You can position your anchor any way you want it. I've chose to have my anchor rope wrapped around these cleats. That works for me. These are replaceable platform, plastic deck rails or whatever. You can mount all your equipment to it. If you ever get to the point where you've got too many holes in it, you can just get new ones and start over. But these are replaceable, and the idea is you never have to drill a hole in your kayak. Pretty good idea. It also comes with a trough here if you want to use those wheels for moving your kayak back and forth. You can strap your bungee right through here and hold your wheels tight. It's pretty slick, so the wheels don't slide back and forth. This is the paddle holder. It has it on both sides. Works really good. Moving back here, what else have we got on this side? Nothing. It has your drain hole. If you ever get water inside the cavity, you can drain it out. Flipping it around. On this side, we also have right here, which is pretty handy. Let's pull up my tackle real quick. Pull this out. On the sides, there's little pockets, so you can put your little rubber worms, rubber baits, or whatever. Right into this pocket, like that. And if you want more rubber worms or whatever, you can use it for your phone or whatever you want to put down there. It's pretty slick, pretty nice little setup. The way I got mine rigged up is I've got a beverage holder right there. This is my rod holder. I can put it any way I want. It works for me. If I want to just set my rod down, take a fish off. If you want to troll, whatever you want to do, it's GoPro ready. Right here, there's a million different types of accessories you can get for this thing. Downriggers, it's ridiculous, but yeah, you can get downriggers. All kinds of little doodads, cutting boards for cutting bait, but they all come and they all mount into these little individual accessories, so you can get all kinds of stuff. The shock cord is very, very high end. This will hold about anything. You can get a 20-quart cooler in this thing sideways, to give you some idea. I had a 20-quart cooler. I left it down south for whatever reason, so I'm back to using my collapsible, but a lot of room back there. The other thing I like about this, I do a lot of duck hunting in the fall, and I can get my whole bag of decoys back here under that strap, so I can, no problem, got my decoys in the back, shotgun, all my equipment, so I can do some duck hunting out of this thing in the fall, which I'm looking forward to. This is the camouflage model. It comes in, I think, 5 colors. There's like urban camo, which is a white, black, there's a cherry camo, there's a green. This is just the camouflage, which is what I prefer. But you know, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of things to point out. Oh, it also has on the back very strong handles too, by the way, very rugged. This has a replaceable skeg back here, so if you drag it across the beach and stuff, instead of having to patch holes in your kayak, you just buy another skeg. And it's a pretty good idea, because anybody that's dragged a kayak around realizes that after a while you wear a hole through the bottom. Not a problem with this. You just replace the skeg. I think it weighs about 72 pounds. Don't quote me on that. I've got a nice toolie system that I can load it up on my kayak while I'm in by myself. You know, it's not, but all these angling kayaks, whether it's a Native or a Jackson, they all weigh about the same. I mean, it's not, they're not lightweights by any means. But quickly, I think that's about all I can really point out right now. As I said, I tried to keep it brief, but I've had this thing for about a month. I've used it. I love it. It's the best thing I ever bought. Best fishing kayak I ever had. And if there's any questions I could answer, please feel free. You know, kind of a side note, I'm in no way sponsored or endorsed, or does Old Town care what I think about their product, but this is, I prefer, this is my kayak of choice, and I just kind of wanted to share my experience with you. You know, so I'm getting no points for pushing this kayak, but anyway, I just kind of wanted to. Oh, one other thing I did want to point out. I bought this at Mountain Road Trading Post in Raymond, New Hampshire. You can go online, find them at mrt.net. No, mrtp.net. Mountain Road Trading Post. I think the MSRP on this thing is about $1,400. I got it for about $12.50. I don't know if that's his everyday price or whatever, but I was pretty impressed. And you know, the service down there is great. Great bunch of guys. I can't say enough about my experience down there. So I kind of wanted to just give them a little plug. And as always, New Hampshire is tax-free. So if you are in the market for one, give those guys a call. And again, it's mrtp.net. Mountain Road.